If we're looking at the type of technology that's available, probably best to start with the technology that the individual might bring with them. So that can be a hearing aid of some sort, maybe a cochlear implant, it may be a bone-anchored hearing aid. All of these devices are similar in that they all have microphones. And those microphones are all made by the same manufacturer. So they all have the same limitation in that, which is that you have to be close to them if you want to deliver a really clear signal. Speech degrades the further it has to travel. So if we really want someone to get a good speech signal, you have to be close to a microphone. Now in education, that's going to be very difficult when you have lecturers and you have students. So what we need to do is introduce an additional microphone. And that can be a microphone that may look like this, may also look like this. And these can be clipped onto the lapel of the lecturer. And so when they speak, you're addressing the issues of distance, because now this is the distance between you and the individual with the hearing loss. So speech doesn't degrade, and those high frequency consonants which are essential to hear, or if you want to understand what's been said, you have to hear those high frequency consonants, are captured when they're at their most intense and at their clearest, and passed on completely to the individual with the hearing aid. So that's the idea behind radio aid technology. It's a very simple idea, and it's fundamentally based on the microphone being close to your mouth. So if you don't remember anything else when you're using a radio aid, the microphone has to be close. Within about 6 inches is the ideal distance for a microphone placement. And if it's working, then that means that the individual is getting a consistent, clear signal despite where you are. You can turn around, you can walk around, you can be closer, you can be further, but the person gets a clear signal. And that's really, really important, because that's one less thing that person has to do. It makes it more likely that they will use the information they're getting and learn from it, rather than constantly trying to capture it, trying to hear it, trying to pick out the words. So it allows them to move more into learning than basically focusing on listening. So this is the device, or a microphone similar to this, that would be used by the lecturer. The person with the hearing aid or cochlear implant will have a receiver of some sort. It may well look like this. This is a universal receiver that can plug in to lots of different devices. But there are now some receivers that are made for particular devices and actually become part of the device. So this is a receiver that can become part of a hearing aid, and it's connected to the hearing aid and it stays on the hearing aid. So that for me is a really neat solution, because we're now we're getting to the stage where the hearing aid and the radio aid basically is one device, instead of thinking of it as two. Because for me, the individual will only get the best possible access to speech in these varied environments if we have at least one microphone that is movable, and the person can determine where they want that microphone to go and close to which speech they want to hear.